Once we started promoting the petition, once we really made some boss moves, that's when things start happening. All these little T pages sitting there yip yapping, that's not gonna do anything. You give her more promotion. No. You're next. Oh, I'm sorry to inform you, and I'm sorry to let you down that I am not a racist. I am not a PDF. I don't show my nunu. I don't show my pepperonis. I don't go on here flashing. I don't try to get with little kids. I'm not a bad mother. I don't do any of that. I don't send my money to inmates. I don't do any of that. I'm not racist. I don't say things about the Islamic community. I don't say horrible, horrible things going against Emily Pike. You're not gonna find that. You're not gonna find that.
Account. I deleted my account with my 1.1 million followers only because I want to start over fresh. I don't want people to, like, you know, if they really don't mess with me or like talk to me, like I'm just like honestly over all the drama and everything. So I only have this account and my other account. But yeah, like I needed a fresh start. That's another reason why I haven't been on live. I'm actually doing some stuff off the internet, and I can't wait to share that news with y'all. And so, you know, y'all probably pray on my downfall, but in reality, I feel like it's just blessings in disguise, you know? So I have been good. My kids are good. But yeah, so I can't wait to show y'all what I've been working on. But thank y'all.
Ashley Trevino, once a dominant force on social media, is now facing the consequences of her actions. She gained significant attention by posting explicit content on her TikTok live streams featuring herself and barely adult men. As shocking as it was, Ash's TikTok account, which had around 1.1 million followers, was suddenly banned. This was a devastating blow for her, especially considering that TikTok had been her primary source of income. What makes this even worse, even her daughter's account has been burned too. Things are spiraling for Ash, and it is hard not to feel for her as we explore what led to her downfall.
I've been taking a nice little break away from TikTok. To be honest, if I wouldn't be on TikTok. It's so peaceful without it. It's so peaceful. Me and my kids all got new numbers, so we have been making changes. Yeah, it's been peaceful. It's been peaceful.
Ash's ability to post such explicit content on TikTok for months raised serious concerns, especially considering the platform's large, often underage audience. TikTok, as a social media giant, is bound by community guidelines that are designed to protect its users, particularly minors, from exposure to inappropriate or harmful content. The platform's rules prohibit explicit material, including sexually suggestive behavior, graphic content, and anything that could be considered dangerous or harmful. Despite this, Ash was able to amass a following of 1.1 million people while regularly streaming content that pushed these boundaries. Her live streams, which are frequently sexually suggestive and explicit, sparked major controversy. Ash often filmed herself engaging in intimate or suggestive encounters, some of which were highly inappropriate for a platform with such a young audience. For instance, one of her most infamous streams involved a physical encounter with a 23-year-old man she had just met at a bar, which quickly gained attention after it went viral.
Mexico, yeah, don't ask questions.
Hi, sir. How are you?
We don't ask questions over here, Mexico.
Are you okay?
I'm sure.
Are you alright?
Tell them security.
Hey, security.
Qué bueno.
This was not an isolated incident, but rather part of a pattern where Ash would regularly post content that clearly violated TikTok's guidelines. Given TikTok's reputation as a space where younger users, as young as 13, spend a significant portion of their online time, it was deeply concerning that Ash's streams, which included explicit moments and intimate details, were easily accessible. Her videos were not just one-off occurrences, but became a regular feature of her content, continuing over months. The community guidelines were clear, and it seemed as though Ash's behavior was in direct violation of them. Yet, despite numerous violations, TikTok appeared slow to take action. This posed the primary question: why wasn't the platform doing more to protect its younger users from this type of content?
I don't know if y'all heard, but Ash Trevino's 1 million follower account got banned. I'm so happy and relieved because I have not been seeing her on my For You page. I just want to apologize in advance for even coming on here and having to bring her up. But I want to celebrate because she should never spoke on Emily Pike if it was in a negative way. She should have never did those things she did. We all know what she did, you know, showing her. And she got girls. She's got children. Like, you don't act like that when you got children. You have sense. Anyway.
what I really wanted to say was, she got her karma, and my Native people, our ancestors, they don't play about us. She had a big platform. Instead of being negative and being weird about Emily Pike, she could have supported and used her platform to do something for the Natives, because let's face it, Natives and Mexicans are not much different. We are both indigenous to this land. So I'm just happy. Karma did her big one. I love it. Love to see it. But I'm gonna keep y'all. Y'all have a good day.
The answer to this question remains multifaceted. One possible reason is Ash's growing popularity. Her content, though controversial, generated high levels of engagement with millions of views and reactions from her followers. This level of attention may have made her more of an asset to TikTok in terms of user engagement, and some speculate that the platform's reluctancy to act quickly could have been due to the potential loss of traffic if her account were removed. As a result, Ash's content might have been overlooked or even tolerated longer than it should have been, because it was drawing a significant engagement, which is highly valued by social media platforms. Another key factor contributing to Ash's ability to bypass TikTok's content moderation is the platform's reliance on algorithms and user-generated reporting. Many users report explicit content, but the algorithms are not always quick to detect problematic material, especially when content is disguised under seemingly innocent titles or formats. Ash's live streams often appear to be with the acceptable bounds of TikTok content standards, making them harder to flag automatically. When videos were reported, it took time for human moderators to review them. By then, the content had already been viewed by thousands, if not millions, of users. Moreover, the ease with which Ash was able to post such content highlights some of the gaps in TikTok's content moderation policies. Despite the platform's size and resources, the speed and efficiency with which they enforce their guidelines have often been called into question. Critics have noted that platforms like TikTok might prioritize the volume of content being uploaded over the quality of its review process. This creates a situation where explicit content can slip through the cracks, allowing creators like Ash to continue their activities unchecked for longer periods of time. Finally, the ability of minors to easily access Ash's streams created a deeper concern. TikTok, which is marketed to a wider range, has millions of underage users who are often exposed to content that could have lasting psychological and social consequences. Ash's explicit content was easily accessible, meaning that young people could view and engage with it without barriers or age restrictions. This posed significant risks. Impressionable viewers were exposed to behaviors and situations that are not appropriate for their age group. The lack of immediate response from TikTok these concerns only heightened the public's backlash and increased pressure on the platform to act more swiftly in ensuring that their community guidelines were being enforced. Ultimately, the delay in TikTok's response to Ash's increasingly explicit content pointed a broader issue of inconsistent enforcement. It wasn't until significant public outcry, increased scrutiny from concerned users, and efforts like Jeffa's campaign to gather evidence that TikTok took action and banned Ash's account. The situation revealed the complexities of moderating a platform with such a large and adverse user base, where the balance between freedom of expression and ensuring user safety is constantly in tension. However, Ash's case was a wake-up call, highlighting the need for stricter and more consistent enforcement of TikTok's community guidelines, especially when it comes to the safety of younger users. Jeffa played a pivotal role in the chain of events that led to Ash's eventual TikTok ban.
Since you have all the information more than anyone on here, because you've been, I guess, like on her case since the beginning, I don't know anybody else who really knows as much as you about Grandma Garcia. My lawyer already sent me the retainer for him to submit all the information to TikTok legal department and his connection, but he said that he needs all the details, like as to what she said, what she's done, and then all the clips. Are you able to write something up in an email format, attach the clips, and then send that to me, and then I'll forward the email?
Girl, that is so much damn work.
I know, I don't have time, girl.
Neither do I. I work a damn 9 to 5. What do you think I am?
I work too, and I have 3 kids. You don't have no kids.
I got a cat and 3 dogs.
Oh my god, this is ridiculous. At least, listen, I'm taking the initiative to pay for a lawyer.
The best thing to do is, I believe the best thing to do is post on your to quote them, because I know people do it, and then you'll have a shit ton of people who quoted everything and sent you the clips. I know they would do it.
I just need one email from the beginning to the end with the clips attached, very organized format.
Girl,
you do this every single day for the past how many months you've been trying to take her down. You can't take one night to put it all together and send it to me?
put that all together.
This is your mission.
This is my mission, yes, and that's why I post the videos. But what you're not understanding is I have other things to do with my life. I'm leaving my house in an hour because I have to go somewhere. I'm gonna be out all night. But I got other things to do with my day and my life.
Listen, this is your homework, and I'm paying for it.
While Ash and Jeffa had initially shared a close relationship, both offering support through personal challenges and bonding over family issues, the friendship began to deteriorate when financial tensions arose. Ash, who had grown a loyal following on TikTok, received significant gifts and donations from her viewers. However, when a wealthy supporter of Ash's live streams began directing gifts to Jeffa instead, the dynamics between the two women began to shift. What began as a small issue soon turned into an escalating feud. Jeffa felt betrayed and hurt by Ash's actions, and the conflict soon became personal. Jeffa turned to social media, rallying her followers against Ash. She launched an online petition calling for the cancellation of Ash's account and urging people to denounce her content. This campaign rapidly gained traction, with Jeffa's followers expressing their support for her stance. But this was merely the beginning of Jeffa's plan to remove Ash from TikTok. In an attempt to ensure Ash faced real consequences, Jeffa took things to the next level. She enlisted a lawyer and began meticulously gathering evidence to prove that Ash's content violated TikTok's community guidelines. Jeffa documented Ash's live streams and compiled a case highlighting the explicit nature of the content. With the legal support in place, Jeffa submitted a detailed report to TikTok's legal department, demanding that the platform take action against Ash. This step proved to be a turning point, as Jeffa's persistence eventually led to Ash's accounts being burned. While many may have seen Jeffa's actions as justified, aimed at protecting the safety of children and other vulnerable users on TikTok, others viewed them as a personal vendetta. The motivations behind Jeffa's actions to get Ash banned remain unclear. Was it a righteous move aimed at holding Ash accountable for her explicit content, or was it driven by personal animosity and jealousy due to the shifting dynamics between the two women? Regardless of the reason, Jeffa's actions directly contributed to Ash's downfall, leaving a lasting mark on her TikTok career. Jeffa's efforts to have Ash banned from TikTok set off a chain reaction that affected more than just Ash. The decision to remove Ash from the platform, while supported by some due to the explicit nature of her content, carried serious consequences, particularly for Ash's children. As a single mother, Ash had relied heavily on her TikTok presence as a means of financial support. Her streams, which were popular among her followers, served as her main source of income, which directly supported her family's livelihood. However, Jeffa's campaign to have Ash's account banned failed to take into account the broader ramifications of her action. Ash's children, who had grown familiar with Jeffa and had developed a relationship with her over the years, were now facing an uncertain future. Without TikTok's financial support, Ash's ability to provide for her children was severely compromised. The emotional and financial toll of losing her platform was not only a setback for Ash, but for her children as well. While Ash's explicit content had been controversial, it had afforded her a means of supporting a family. With her TikTok account banned, Ash now had to find an alternative income stream, which posed significant challenges. Her children, who were likely unaware of the underlying drama, had to cope with the loss of a familiar and important part of their lives. This situation raised serious questions about whether Jeffa's actions truly prioritize the well-being of Ash's children. Although Jeffa argued that she was taking a stand against inappropriate content, many questioned whether she had considered the potential consequences for Ash's family. Was this a righteous act aimed at protecting minors, or did it stem from a desire for revenge fueled by personal resentment? Regardless of the intent, the outcome of Jeffa's campaign resulted in tangible consequences for Ash's children, who were caught in the crossfire of a bitter feud between two women. The emotional toll of such a situation cannot be underestimated, as Ash's children likely faced the reality of their mother's loss of income without fully understanding the reasons behind it. Well, with all her backup accounts banned on TikTok, Ash did not take the ban lying down. Instead, she turned to Instagram, making it seem like her decision to leave TikTok was a peaceful one. But let's be honest, her explanation did not quite add up. She claimed that taking a break from TikTok was her choice and that it was peaceful, but we all know it is not that simple. She had been addicted to her TikTok lives, and now, with the ban in place, she's left scrambling to find a new platform to continue engaging with her followers. Ash's Instagram live streams have been filled with attempts to explain herself, from blaming trolls to suggesting that she is just taking a break for peace. But deep down, Ash knows that her situation has drastically changed. She's lost her main income source, and instead of acknowledging the gravity of it, she continues to gaslight herself and her audience. So, what now for Ash? Time will tell. One thing is clear, Ash's situation has taken a significant turn, and it is uncertain where she'll end up next. Whether she'll regain her followers, start afresh, or face further challenges, only time will tell.